going on, y'all? It's your girl Telly. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Television. Thank y'all so much for coming over and checking me out. Look, we on quarantine and chill right now. It's 2020. We about to get into something a little bit different. I'm trying. Y'all seen the Teleoki videos, so now we on television, YouTube. So this first video is gonna be like a little collection of my favorite books. My book collection is about 30 to 40 books right now. So these are like my top 15, 16 books that I've read over the course of a few years. So let's get into it right now. One of my very favorite books that I have read recently, Michelle Obama, Becoming. If you have not read this book, go get it. Forever Floated. She talks about everything, how she met President Barack Obama, you know, how they had the kids, Malia and Sasha, all the years in the White House, everything you want to know about First Lady Michelle Obama, how she grew up, and everything, like I said, that happened in the White House with her husband, President Obama, and what they're up to now. Be sure to cop that book. It's called Becoming, Michelle Obama, one of my favorites. So we're not really doing it in any particular order here. We're just going to go for it. Another one of my favorites is 30 Days to Taming Your Tongue by Deborah Smith Pegues. I believe that's how you pronounce her last name. I was actually watching Bible study for my church online, and the associate minister who was teaching that lesson that night mentioned this book. And it's basically, you know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. It says that in the Bible. So it's basically teaching you how what you say will affect, you know, your life, whether you speak positive or negatively. And one thing I'm trying to work on is I curse often. I don't curse like a sailor. I'm not like one of those, but I'm trying to work on my cursing because that's just not cute. So especially when I hear other people curse like around me, I'm like, ooh, is that how I sound? So I'm trying to work on that. And then just other, you know, things that you can say to kind of turn like a negative into a positive. So it's all about the things that you say can really affect how your life turns out. It's very important what you speak over your life. So that's another one of my favorites. The Fifth Agreement. I have the book, The Four Agreements. I let somebody borrow it, and I don't have it right now, but I've read The Four Agreements. This is the fifth one. Don Miguel Ruiz and Don Jose Ruiz. One of my favorites. A lot of people are familiar with The Four Agreements, but this is the actual one, the fifth one. So for those of you who are not familiar, here they are. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Very important. That's why it's so important to communicate. You don't assume anything. Always do your best and be skeptical, but learn to listen. You can take constructive criticism. You don't always have to be, you know, like, oh, that person's out to get me, or, you know what I'm saying, they just hating, or they coming for me, da-da-da-da-da. Like, people are so quick to, you know, respond instead of just listening. Sometimes you just need to be quiet and listen. Alright, next one. Priceless Inspirations by your girl Toya. Toya Johnson. She's going by her maiden name again right now, but this says Antonia Toya Carter. This came out in 2011. I read this. One of actually my first books that I read by like a reality star, celebrity, you know, however you want to put it. Of course, she talks about her relationship with Lil Wayne, being pregnant at 14, being a teen mom. She gives so many gems for young teenage mothers, just young women in general, about how to move, how to carry yourself, how to be a lady, how to, you know, just kind of, if you had a rocky start, how to pick back up. And she's got so many different businesses right now. She's married again, you know, she's found love again. So shout out to you, Toya. I believe she's on Friends and Family Hustle with T.I. and Tiny. So yeah, shout out to you, Toya. Another one. Look, let me tell y'all something. What y'all don't know about me is that I love Suze Orman. She used to have this show called the Suze Orman Show. It used to come on HLN Saturday nights at 9 p.m. You know, when you're supposed to be out in the street, vibing, kicking. I'm at home, child, watching Suze Orman. She gives so many lessons about how to, you know, to people of all ages, like, you know, young adults, seniors, whatever, about how to, you know, manage your money, how to, you know, create wills and trusts and set it up for the future. So she's very helpful with that. Like, I would love to meet her one day. Like, I think she's real cool. So Suze Orman, The Money Book for the Young, Fabulous, and Broke, is #1 New York Times bestseller. Go get Suze Orman if you want to get your finances together. She can help you. Alright, let's keep it moving. My girl Taraji, yes, Cookie, yes. It's called Around the Way Girl. It's her personal memoir, how she came up in DC, how she, you know, was kind of like estranged from her baby's father, how even though she had a son, she still was determined to make it in Hollywood, and ultimately talks about how she became, you know what I'm saying, Cookie on Empire, but then before, of course, Baby Boy and all the other iconic roles we know her from. So Taraji P. Henson, Around the Way Girl. If y'all like Taraji, you're going to like this book. Make sure to go cop that. Alright. Kind of on the spiritual side, it's your boy T.D. Jakes. It's called Soar. I got this book actually for, I believe it was a Christmas gift, this past Christmas. I got it as a gift. So, Build Your Vision from the Ground Up. Also, #1 New York Times bestseller. He's talking about whatever is the vision that you have, how to, you know, take it step by step. So many people just like to kind of jump off the window, go off the deep end. No, you have to go little by little. You can still, you know, have the big picture in your mind, but you need to take baby steps and build on it. And he's kind of like telling you about his journey and how he became the pastor of this mega church, and all his other business ventures that he's been able to branch off into. So T.D. Jakes, another powerful spiritual book by your boy T.D. Jakes. Okay, DJ Khaled, The Keys, DJ Khaled. This book is really like cool to me because he autographed it. If you guys didn't know, I actually got a chance to meet Khaled. He autographed the book for me. I actually read it not too long before I met him, so I was like, oh my goodness, could you please, pretty please autograph this for me. It's the keys, you know, about how he was coming up, how he started in Orlando with the parties, DJing, got on the #1 radio station in Miami, and then blew up. Okay, so the keys, DJ Khaled. So salute to you, Khaled, the other one. All right. Oh, another one of my favorites. The Year of Yes, Shonda Rhimes. You know her. Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder. She is the writer behind all of this. Shonda Rhimes, Year of Yes. And this is one of my favorites because, you know, a lot of times I personally have the issue of kind of like being stuck, staying in a box. I don't like to really deviate too much from my norm. So this kind of helped me to, you know, kind of jump off, you know, jump out the window a little bit. Not go all the way crazy, but just try something different, you know, something new, even if it's real simple. You don't always have to be afraid to try new things. If it works out for you, great. If it doesn't, that's cool too. Just know it's not for you. So the Year of Yes, she spent a whole year dedicating to just trying different things, just saying yes, like let's go for it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So Shonda Rhimes also on a bestseller list. If you like any of her TV shows, which I'm sure you do, 'cause, hey, you already know about Scandal, How to Get Away with Murder, Grey's Anatomy, like the top 3 shows on TV. So that's her book. Keeping it moving right now. It's kind of like a 2-for-1. Boy Steve Harvey, alright? This one is called Jump. Take the leap of faith to achieve your life of abundance. In this, act like a success, think like a success, a spinoff from his movie, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. He's basically taking his principles, what he believes in, and how he was able to turn his passion of comedy into several different ventures, but how he got there. He was homeless at one point, sleeping in his car. He did a comedy show one night, and then the next day, like, quit his job or did something crazy like that. But look what happened. So this book right here, Jump, is kind of like helping you to set a goal and achieve that goal, kind of stick with it. Like, kind of, you know, like on New Year's, you set a goal, a resolution, and then by January 31st, the thing gone. This book will help you kind of like keep it on track. And then this is just kind of like a memoir / you know, giving advice on how to be successful. You know, how to discover your talent and own in on your gifts. So that's Steve Harvey right there. My sis, Issa freaking Rae. This book is hilarious. The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. If you like Issa Rae, look, if you like Insecure, this book is like it's like Insecure but in book form. It's freaking hilarious. Laugh out loud funny. Oh my gosh. Like, she's telling her life story in here, about that crappy job she used to have, the guys she used to date, the people she used to, you know, roll across in Hollywood, New York, when she was trying to come up. So Issa Rae, Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. It's a dope one. It's hilarious. Let's keep it going right now. The boy, Devon Franklin, the Hollywood Commandment. Shout out to Making Good. This her husband right here, Devon Franklin. He's a movie producer right now in Hollywood. But this is his story coming up about how, you know, Hollywood is a very interesting place. And if you're not careful, you can go astray. You can go in the wrong direction. But he's basically telling his story about how he was able to be successful and still be spiritual and maintain his relationship with God and not, you know, go off the deep end or sell his soul or anything like that. So this is one of my favorites. Devon Franklin, Hollywood Commandments. Actually tagged him when I was first reading the book on Instagram, and he like reposted it, or someone on his team. So thank you, Devon. Shout out to you. Alright. Oh, Tony Dungy. This book is like, you see the pages coming out. I've had this book for a long time, y'all, don't judge me. But it's called Quiet Strength by Coach Tony Dungy. You know Tony Dungy, the Indianapolis Colts. He led them to the 2006 Super Bowl with your boy Peyton Manning. Omaha! So, this is his story about how he came up in the NFL, started coaching, was doing his bid with Tampa Bay, and led Tampa to like one of the winningest seasons, but didn't win the Super Bowl with Tampa. I believe they won with like Warren Sapp the year after he left. So him kind of dealing with that, and then coming in contact with the Colts and Peyton Manning and winning the Super Bowl and everything that happened to him off the field, his family life and everything like that. So, and then just being an African American coach in the NFL period, that comes with a whole different story. So shout out to him. This is like a real cool, dope spiritual book, but if you like sports as well, you're gonna like it. Some of the pictures on the back from his you know, Super Bowl win. So shout out to Coach Tony Dungy. Alright. Boy, Charlamagne the God. You love him, you don't like him, whatever's going on, black privilege, opportunity comes to those who create it. Look, say what you want about Charlamagne, but the brother's a hustler. Like, he came up, if you don't know, from Carolina, South Carolina, Moss Corner. He was like a problem child in school. Like he was smart, but when he got to high school, kind of started acting out a little bit. Then one thing led to another. He fell into radio, found out he was really good at it, and you know, lo and behold, he's on one of the #1 morning shows, radio morning shows in the country. So shout out to Charlamagne the God. I want to get his other book. I think it's Mind Playing Tricks on, it's something like that, but he has another one. But this one is really, really good. I enjoyed it. All right, you guys, you see the location change, so just kind of bear with me. All right, so we're gonna keep it going. The next book that is on my list of favorites is Peace from Broken Pieces by Iyanla Vanzant. Not Iyanla Vanzant, Iyanla Vanzant. All right, this is like her memoir. She's telling everything about her journey with Oprah, how the first time around didn't quite go so well, how she ended up broke, how she went through abusive relationships and everything like that. You know, her children. And I really like the title Peace from Broken Pieces because like so many times there could be so much turmoil going on, you know, around you, and if you find peace from everything that's broken in your life, you've really come to a good place. So this is one of my favorites, Peace from Broken Pieces, Iyanla Vanzant. All right, and last but not least, it's your boy Rick Ross, Hurricanes, a memoir. Everything that you know and love about Ricky Rose is in this book, from how he came up in Carroll City, how he was in a dope game, how he almost got arrested, but he was opening up for Outkast here at Studio 183, and I kind of like saved him. How it was with Slip and Slide, and then even how the famous, you know, Maybach music, even how he started that and the whole record label and everything. So actually on chapter 17 out of 20, but I'm enjoying it so much. So shout out to Rick Ross, Hurricanes. Go get that.